Welcome back. I'm glad to see you today. Today I think we'll do a canvas that's vertical and we'll have some fun there. And now I'm going to have them graphically run all the colors that we'll use today across your screen, and they'll come across in the same order that I have them on my palette. And while they're doing that, let's get started. I'm going to start out today with a small amount of Prussian blue. Just a small amount, and we'll work it into the bristles. Just beat it, bang, bang, bang like that, and it works it into the bristles nice and even. And I'm going to add a little bit of Van Dyke brown to that. I want to dull this blue down today. So we have Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue. Let's go up to the canvas and very gently making little X's. Just sort of come across like so. A little more color on the brush, blue and brown. And just bring it across. There we are. And we're just sort of making little crisscross strokes. Just let them play across the canvas, have fun. Very light. And maybe we'll have a little water in this. So I'll take a little more of the blue and the Van Dyke brown, and maybe there'll be water. It doesn't matter where it's going to be down here. So we'll just do this, and we'll put the water wherever we want it. Okay, let me clean the brush, and we clean our brushes with odorless paint thinner. And I have a screen in the bottom of the bucket here to scrub the brush against. All right, there we are. Okay, let's go right up in here now and begin blending this. I have a clean, dry brush. I'm just going to sort of blend it together, like so. Okay, now let's build up. Let's build a little cloud up in here. I'm going to take some titanium white and just pull the 1-inch brush through it, just like so. Okay, let's go right up here. And let's maybe make some layers of little clouds. Just making small, tiny circles. All right, just wherever you see them. There's one. So we put the white right on this dark color so it stands out. You need the dark in order to show the light. Now we'll take a clean, dry brush, use just the corner of it, and gently blend those clouds out. And then we'll fluff them. Just lift them up, fluff them, and then very lightly blend them. Okay, maybe we'll have another little layer of clouds right there. You can put as many clouds in your sky as you want. Just let them go. Clouds are free. And these are happy little clouds. So just have fun with them. Okay, now we'll take a clean, dry brush again and lightly blend. There. Fluff it a little bit. It's a super, super nice way of making some very effective clouds. Puts a lot of depth in your sky and very easy. I think you'll enjoy making them like that. Okay. Let's play a little bit. I'm going to take a 1-inch brush and I'm going to dip it into some paint thinner. And take a little bit of Van Dyke brown, a little burnt umber, and I'm just mixing them on the brush. A little bit of the Prussian blue into it. There. Now I've put a little bit of paint thinner into the brush to make it thin. I'm going to get just a touch more here. There. About like that. We want paint that's quite thin today. We're going to have some fun. Let's go up here, and maybe there's a nice big old tree that lives right here. And all I'm going to do is just tap in a basic shape. Now this is paint that's quite thin. quite thin. And I'm just tapping in a basic shape. It's blue and brown. Almost like a wash. Almost like a wash, just very loose, thin paint. Then we're going to come back and put some firmer paint over the top of it and make some fantastic things happen here. So all kinds of different things you can do. And maybe we'll make this tree a little bigger. It's going to be a big old tree. Here's a nice one. I see him right there. And we're still just tapping in some basic, very basic shapes with very thin paint. There we go. It's brown, a little bit of blue, very little blue. Blue is so strong. Maybe right here. Very basic shapes, so. There. Okay, now we'll take one of our large brushes, and I want to pull down just a little bit of this to make the indication of some reflections way back in distance here. Pull it down nice and long, and we'll very lightly go across it. Very lightly. Just enough to make it look watery, and then quit. Okay, now then, let's take, I'm going to try a little bit of the cad yellow here, and we'll go into some sap green and cad yellow. And I'm going to load quite a bit of paint on the brush. Okay, let's go right up here. Now, all I'm going to do is take and lay in some basic color. Just very lightly lay in a little bit of color. Then I'm going to come back with a larger brush, and we're going to blend and mute that color. Make it very soft. Very, very soft. Far away. Okay, now we'll take a dry 2.5-inch brush and very lightly, I'm just using the corner, just soften this. Look at that. So soft and peaceful. And that's all there is to it. Okay? Thought you'd like it. It's a little bit different. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's just play a little bit here with some of these. There's one. Lay a little color. And you need some basic shapes. Just lay the color on, and then we'll come back and soften it using the large brush. And let's add a little more green to that color. There we go. Sap green. Now we can come back with our large brush and very gently just tap. There's one. Maybe we'll add a small amount of permanent red right in there, and maybe put one right there. All kinds of little things. Just let them fall off your brush. This is very easy. All we're doing is just tapping. Very, very easy. Put a little bit down in here for reflection. Okay, now let's soften that. very lightly. And this is reflection, so pull it down. Gently come across. Okay. Let's go over here and put a little bit on this one. A little bit up here. Just barely touching. And over in here. And I'm just using cad yellow, a little permanent red, a little yellow ochre, a little Indian yellow. I'm just mixing them all on the brush and just varying the amounts a little bit, going back and forth. Barely touching. Drop in a little bit of color. There we go. Now we can begin playing. Maybe there's a little peninsula that comes out through here. And probably we should, before we come forward, I'm going to take a little bit of magic white, a little brown in it. Good. A little brown in it to dull it down. Cut across. Just so you can pull it out flat, cut across. Let's go right up in here and lay in some little water lines. Act just like you're trying to cut a hole through the canvas. There. And here and there we'll add a little bit darker brown. Just mix it up a little. Okay, I'm going to take a little paint thinner on my liner brush and go right into this brown. And I'm just using paint thinner. And maybe here and there there's a few old trees that live. Let's start up here and pull it. That way you can see it better. You can start at the top and work down, or bottom and work up. Either way, whichever is convenient for you. Maybe there's just a few old trees up here. Dead trees are a reality in nature. So don't leave them out just because they're dead. They're part of nature's beauty. Sometimes there's old parts of the trees that protrude out. One limb maybe gets tired and gives up, but the other ones keep going. Just here and there. And let's have some fun. Maybe back in there. Now I've got paint thinner on my fan brush. And let's add a little bit of white to that. Maybe there's some moss that grows back here and hangs on the tree. Paint thinner, a little brown, a little white. There. Just use your fan brush. Let these things hang wherever you want them. There we go. Makes it look nice and swampy. Some of the beautiful places in the South where they have so many fantastic swamps. Ooh, a lot of boogers live in there. Okay, now let's go back and decide where we're going to go with this. Maybe it comes right down like that. Right on over wherever you want it. Let's pull some of that color down. We'll make some nice reflections right down into the water. Okay, big brush, pull down, straight down. No matter if these go at an angle, still pull your reflection straight down. Otherwise, they won't look right, and then go across. And these strokes have to go straight across. If they don't, your water, you won't stay in your painting, it'll run out. Alrighty, let's go in here and apply some color and let some little things happen in there. And just in your mind, pick out where you think a basic bush would be and work on the shape of that bush. Do one at a time. Get it completed before you go to the next one. Don't try to do them all at once, one at a time. And I'm just using the corner of the 1-inch brush here. And we're using still the same colors, cad yellow, Indian yellow, yellow ochre, and a little bit of permanent red, a little sap green thrown in every once in a while. Just work it back and forth. If it won't stick, add a little paint thinner. Keep it as thick as you can on top of the thinner paint so that it'll blend. Now then, let's take a 2.5-inch brush and just barely touch. Very soft, very quiet. Okay. A few more little things here and there. Just like so. And we'll drop some of those down here in the water and turn them right into a reflection. Just pull down. That easy. That easy. Okay. I'm going to take a little magic white, a little firm white, mix it together, and then put some brown into it. So we have magic white, firm white, and a little bit of brown. I'm going to cut across it. And let's go up here, and I'm going to put in a little bit of land area. Not a great deal. Just all kinds of pretty little things happening there. Then we'll bring some of the grassy areas down onto that. Just to break it up so it doesn't look too straight. There we go, a few little lines. There's a little brown here and there. And we can cut in a few little sticks and twigs, just using the point of the knife. If you want them bigger, turn the knife sort of sideways and make little sticks. Small ones go straight on. Okay. Now then, we got to make some decisions. What do we have over here? Let's take some more of the brown, burn umber. This is Van Dyke brown, burn umber, a little bit of blue. And it's quite thin, quite thin. And let's go. Maybe there's a huge big tree that lives right here. And he's got limbs that hang out. Big tree. And big limbs. Oh, goodness, maybe he comes way over in here. It's your tree, so you make him wherever you want him. Wherever. Maybe right on down through here. Just sort of let your imagination go crazy. And wherever you think it ought to be, that's where it ought to be. Maybe there's a nice bush that lives right here. See, now you could very well use a large brush for this, and you'd get done much faster. Much faster, and it would work just as well. Okay. This is the burn umber, Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue, and quite thin. All I'm trying to do is cover up this area. You could probably put this on with a paint roller if you wanted to. It really has some fun then. Okay, now then we can begin working on little individual shapes and stuff in these trees. Let's go into some sap green. Go right up here. And we'll work on this old big tree here. And using quite dark green, sap green, and just put in some basic shapes. Just where you think the leaves will be. There we go. Large brush, and we can very lightly, just tap and soften. Very, very soft, very quiet painting. This is one that should relax you. And maybe up in here, maybe. Let's use a little white, a little brown. Maybe in here, maybe there's some nice mossy things that are hanging out. Just pull down. Very thin paint. Very thin paint, almost like water. Just wherever you want them. I was born and raised in Florida, and this sort of reminds me of some of the old mossy trees that were around when I was a kid. Of course, I'm not going to tell you how many years ago that was. Whew. Seems like forever. Okay. Now then we can come right in here and begin deciding, maybe there's another little tree that lives right here. Drop in some basic shapes. Then get the large brush and go back and very lightly just tap. Okay, maybe. Here's another big bush. And once again, just put in some basic little leaf shapes. Drop them in. And then we'll come back and soften them. And vary the colors here and there. Now this is a little bit easier than some of the bushes we've made in the past. This is just, all we're doing here is tapping. And just using different colors. And maybe for someone this will be a little bit easier. And if it helps you, then it's good. Okay, ooh, there's a nice red one. I really hit that red with that one. Now with our large brush, let's just very gently tap it. Tap it. Lightly. Ever so lightly. There we go. And we just go into some color with a big brush here. And we just put some little indications. This is a very, very soft, muted painting. Some people really like these, and I've had a lot of letters requesting that we do a couple of them on television. So maybe this will give you some new ideas. I tell you what, let's do. Maybe we'll put a little tree, just a small little tree. And he lives right here. It's just Van Dyke brown on the fan brush. Just put him right there like that. Clang, hit the easel with a palette. And just give him a few little arms here and there. Take a little white paint, spruce him up a little bit, let him shine. And cover his little foots up in some grass. And we can come right along here and take some of our dark color. Need some dark under here before the light will show. Put a little of that on. And then we can come back and we'll put a little, maybe we'll get a little crazy on him. This will be the last bush in the painting, so use a little crimson, a little white, a little blue. Maybe we'll just make a pretty, pretty little bush out of him. Let's go right up here. We'll give him a little purplish hue. That'll be different. And in your world, you make these bushes any color that you want them. Okay, just like so. And we'll take the old big brush, very lightly tap it, and that's about all we need. And I hope this has given you some new ideas. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. From all of us here, happy painting.